Hey guys, it's yours truly, Musical's here, and guess who I'm with?
Hey, subscribers, GG's here.
Yep, I got. If before we get started with start talking about today's streamathon, Ethan and I believe you have something to say.
Yes, I can officially also say that it's official. I am done with the cancer treatments, and of course, I had to do some farewells to the nurses that they did the best their job at the hospital. So I will say I'm home free again.
So, yep, as of at least today, Ethan is officially, and I can say this, officially back on the Media Maniacs channel for content. It will be a while before we start stuff back up again with Ethan, but I can officially say he is back on board.
Yeah, of course, I will have to do some special video for later for all of you, but well, it'll be two actually to think about it.
Very much so. That said, we'll talk more about that in a future update video or something. But for now, I wanted to let's get back to the Streamathon. So week is our second and probably final Streamathon for the year. Basically, I put out a whole schedule that I made for each day. Today is RPG day. So all day long when we're doing streams, we'll be playing RPGs for as long as I want. And then we will be doing some stuff. I'll also be having Ethan. Ethan's also going to be stopping by my place later to drop up something special for a later content video that we'll have for 2025. I'm not going to put it out for the rest of this year because I'm going to use this time to hopefully work on some other stuff. But I did want to mention that there is something coming to the channel in the near future.
Yep.
Yeah, that being said, we are going to get started with RPG Day. So we're going to start off with one of the games we did last week, Sword on Online Recollection.
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to continue from where I left off with that. All right. And speaking of which, buddy, while I'm playing the game a little bit, I'll make some comments as well. But feel free to talk about your experience with Sonic Colors, because Ethan just beat Sonic Colors Ultimate the other day.
Yeah, just give me a second. I'm about to do something here, but yeah, just give me a second. Of course. All right.
武器も持ってないのに拘束する人。まず、ダークテリトリーの
All right. That's all set. Very
そのうち
good.
の暗黒騎士団と将校
Let's see. Hang on. I just gotta make sure I can hear myself better. All right. So, all right. I got that figured out. I just had to connect to some TV so I could see the live stream at the same time. So, yeah.
That's fair, buddy. That is definitely fair.
Yeah. And, I'll say though, I did beat Sonic Colors Ultimate. I was in the hospital after I did beat my OBG Brothership. I will say for Sonic Colors Ultimate, okay, there is some experiences I did see was a bit tricky at times, when you get to like Asteroid Coaster. Now, there's some of those levels can be intense. And I do like the soundtracks of it personally, but I'll say, if you guys are wondering which is one of my favorite alien power-ups for Sonic, ooh, tough one, very tough. I would probably say my favorite one of all I know would be the I would have to say, okay, so there's laser, there's cube, there's hover, rockets,
Spice, and Void as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, as well as Ghost too with Colorless Ultimate.
Yeah, Ghost. Let's see. Yeah, Ghost. I would probably say all my favorites I would know. I would say my favorite one, if I had to choose, would have to be Frenzy. I like Frenzy. Frenzy's like, what a nice power-up for Sonic in a way, because I can even chop up things when it comes near me, like those robots or Dr. Eggman and the obstacles right in front of me. So I feel like Frenzy's like a fun way of getting through the levels easier.
Hey, that's totally fair, man. Man, that's totally fair. I agree.
But Laser is a fun one too, don't get me wrong. I think I don't mind Laser. Laser's a fun one as
Oh,
well.
that's good.
But if you're wondering which one's my least favorite of all power-ups, well, it's hard to say really. Maybe if I had to choose which one isn't the best? Hover is useful for sure. Now I recall which one's my favorite of all, but I would replay it again later and let you know. But all I know is that I wasn't sure which one's my least favorite so far, honestly. Now we're facing one of the guys who's already facing MC, so.
Yep, one of the guys. It's one of the missions in here.
Yeah, the god.
Yep. Alright. But yeah, so, buddy, why don't you tell them what RPGs we're going to be tackling later today? Hey, because I got a whole bunch planned.
Okay, so I looked up which ones are going to be next. Okay, so the next one after this one, what MC's going to do later is Covain. Well, Covain, I did play this game a while back, but I had the PS4. But I'll say though, to put a perspective to my explanation I know about this game, well, let's put it this way. It's all sort of like between the anime and Dark Souls gameplay mechanics. But yeah, this will probably be MC's first time playing the game on the PS5 or hasn't he played it yet, but he'll let you know, of course.
Yes, I have played Code Vein a while back on my Xbox One. I haven't played it since for a while, but I do plan to get back to it on Series X.
Yeah, and I mean, there are some other games I have to get back to eventually, obviously, but it'll be down the road, of course.
Indeed, buddy.
When I
indeed.
don't have many games that covers a lot of what I had to cover later.
Indeed, buddy. Indeed. All right. Okay, now to prepare for battle.
Yep. And the third game is YS. I don't know what.
That's called Yes. Yes 8, I believe.
Yes, you say?
Yep. Yes. It's YES without the E.
Right. And honestly, guys, if you're wondering, do I know about this RPG? Well, I'll put it this way. To me, it sort of is like a underrated RPG that not a lot of people know about it. Or some people out there might know about it, but I know I'm not one of them, unfortunately.
Yes, the S series actually goes way back in the day. It's one of the very early RPGs, believe it or not, but even before Fire Emblem existed.
I see. Well, yes, true there. But I think, unless if people know about it back then maybe there's some people know about it then, of course. But right now, what I'm seeing, Not a lot of people I know has talked about this yet, of course.
Well, the F series isn't exactly popular. For the longest time, the current modern day games have been exclusive to PlayStation. It's only been now since they've started porting them to other consoles, including Xbox and the Switch.
That makes sense.
So, unfortunately, yes, it's had to suffer under Final Fantasy and a couple other franchises.
And Dragon Quest. Dragon
Yeah,
Quest is one of the popular ones as well, I know.
indeed. Okay, I think I'll take this one.
And the next game would be Dragon Star. Dragon Star is another one that I don't know personally, so I'll let MC explain this one.
Well, actually, believe it or not, buddy, this is going to be my first time tackling that one, too.
Huh, that makes sense.
So, yeah. Okay, now we're going to get into another cutscene with Kyoto here. Yeah, very excited to tackle this for a little bit. I have played a little bit on Xbox, so I do know what I'm getting into here, but I'll try to go a little bit farther today so you guys can see what the game is like a little bit further. That said, though, it is a very fun RPG from what I played, and probably one of the best ones to get into if you're trying to follow the game storyline or trying to catch up on the latest online but do not like the anime story.
That makes sense.
But yeah, what's the next game after this, buddy? Since I'm going through this cutscene right now.
The fifth game is actually the game that I actually did beat a while back, and this will more likely be MC's first time trying it out. It's actually one of the Tales of games. If you're wondering, is it Tales of Rise? No. Me and MC know about this one already.
Yes, and we're both currently working on beating the game on both of our ends, so it's not that one.
Yes, and next one, is it Tales of Vesperia? No. That's not it either. We both know about that ourselves. We already did try that one.
Exactly, both the original version and the new Tales of Vesperia remastered. So it's not that one either.
Alright, I'll just get straight to the point before they get annoyed, but it's actually Tales of Vesperia, which is the game that I did beat a while back, and this might be MC's first time, if I recall.
Correct.
Yeah, so he'll be checking it out when he has a chance, so I say this will be his first time seeing what Tales of Vesperia is all about. So, and to put it to perspective, for those who do not know about it, well, let's just say that there is some timeline that you guys will be shocked though. Tales of Vesperia is actually the prequel to Tales of Xeria.
Yep, indeed. Which is of course not exactly from what I've heard fan favorite.
Yeah, you mean the other one, right? Not Vesperia, right?
Yeah.
So it's not Vesperia has that bad reputation there, right?
Nope, it's not Vesperia. It's the other one. Ooh, I put some pretty heated takes on that game.
Uh-oh. That sounds like it might be worse than, I don't know, Tales of Xeria, maybe? I'm not so sure, because I don't usually follow fanbase that much, so I wouldn't know very well, unfortunately.
Yeah, Tales isn't exactly a popular series that Ethan follows. But yeah, I'll be tackling Tales of Vesperia, and Ethan will be along for me, alongside with me for that one too. So we won't have him for the next couple streams, but he'll be back for Tales.
Yeah, and then the final game that the MC will also try, and also I did play this a while back, but eventually I'll have to go and play it later, is Resonance of Fate. That is, let's say, Project X Zone did introduce me to one of the other games that I didn't know about is this one. And did you know that this is from Sega?
Yep. Listen to this page. It's not exactly a very popular RPG. Trust me. If you thought Valkyria Chronicles was underrated, you ain't seen nothing.
Well, Valkyria Chronicles is one of the games that I'm sure there's people out there enjoyed for sure, from what I recall, but this one in particular, not many people have talked about it next to Valkyria Chronicles. Well, Valkyria Chronicles may be underrated too, but it's not that bad.
Yeah, compared to this one, I barely heard anybody bring this one up.
Yup, Valkyria Chronicles, I can see few people will bring it up.
Indeed.
But, yeah, eventually I'll have to get back to Valkyria Chronicles games, including the fourth one. It is like after 2 and 3, though. It's too bad that we gotta need 2 and 3 to be ported at some point, man.
Indeed.
Yep, so that's all the games we'll be doing today.
Yep, and then the next couple days, I'll review each day as we play it. But I'll say tomorrow, we will be covering a whole bunch of games from a company that I think a lot of you may or may not have heard of. And we've covered quite a few of these games on the channel already, so look forward to seeing that.
Indeed.
But yeah, that being said, why I'm still getting through these cutscenes, why don't you talk a bit about Sword Art Online more, buddy, now that you're on the chat this time?
Yeah, so Sword Art Online, though, I will say, what I'm seeing, well, I did catch up until the third season, but I haven't seen the next season after. Well, last time I did see the Sword Art Online had to be the one, we were at Kentucky, Comic-Con, to my knowledge.
Correct.
And I'll say, though, definitely the third season has taken into a different spin with this one, I noticed.
Indeed, buddy, indeed.
But I'll say, though, I know many of people who actually enjoy Sword Art Online would probably say they enjoyed the first season the most. Well, outside of the second part, obviously.
Agreed, buddy, agreed.
But there is a couple movies, but I did see the one movie a while back, but I didn't see the other one, unfortunately. Not yet, at least. Not yet, at least. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yep, indeed. So, yeah. But it's been a very interesting year for gaming, speaking of which. We've had so many interesting games this year. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to even catch up on all the Nintendo stuff yet.
Not yet, that's for sure.
Oh, buddy, why don't you tell them about the Monkey Ball collab that caught you off guard?
Well, I will say what I saw. Honestly, one thing I did not know about it was shocking to most people, including me and Jart. Let's just say that there is going to be a collab for Godzilla's in it. Which is like, wait, what? Godzilla? Of all franchises?
Yeah, actually, believe it or not, this isn't the first time Godzilla and Sega have crossed over. And believe it or not, Miku's also part of the said collab, which also, speaking of which, Godzilla and Miku have also crossed over, I think, a couple times.
Oh, I'm sure, and not just this game.
So, yeah, ironically, they all are in Monkey Ball. Kind of weird to see Godzilla in such a cutesy game like Monkey Ball, but okay. I've seen weirder.
Yeah, it is a popular franchise from Toho, obviously.
Yep. Oh, speaking of which, buddy, I actually got to play Giga Bash for a bit.
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
Bud, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think you might actually like this game, and I definitely would highly recommend it. It feels like some of the classic Godzillas.
Oh, I remember trying that game a while back, but I even tried it as Godzilla characters DLC in there, though.
Yeah, this the DLC is still available for Godzilla, so if you want to try Giga Bash, I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, obviously, I did try a while back, obviously, but I'll have to play more of it when I get the chance, obviously.
Agree, buddy. Agreed. I promise you'll love it. If you want to, you can check out my stream that I did of it because it was a pretty interesting title to say the least. I did struggle a little bit with the controls, but it wasn't anything I couldn't handle.
Right, of course.
But yeah, that one was pretty interesting to try. Definitely can see why the Godzilla crossover happened for sure. Sure, I think you'll enjoy those characters the most, knowing you. But the original characters are definitely pretty good too.
Yeah, and obviously I know most of the Godzilla monsters that were from the previous Godzilla games. Of course, there are movies that my real life friends did show me, and of course, some of the monsters I did see in the movies didn't even make it into the game, to my knowledge. There's most of the characters I do recognize from the anime right there.
Indeed.
Except for the one that has white hair, though. Then again, that's probably from a different franchise.
Actually, she's a game original character, bud.
So it's sort of like Tribal Warriors in a way, is what you're saying.
Sort of, yeah. You could say that. Basically, some of the characters in the games for Sword Art Online, barring the newest one, like I said, Fractured Daydream, are pretty much game original characters. And the storyline for all the games follows a completely different canon. Outside of that one, and the newest one, and Fatal Bullet, I believe, which also follows a canon storyline.
That makes sense. Yeah, I'll say though. I will never say that's one of the games that I'm sure there's people out there who enjoy.
Indeed. I still have yet to tackle Fractured Daydream, speaking of which.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, here's a question, buddy. Since today is RPG Day, I'll ask you some questions related to RPGs, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think the hardest RPG boss you faced is?
Ooh, I have plenty of lists to say, but the toughest of all toughest? That's the tricky question, but maybe you can say the most trickiest boss that I faced of all RPGs? Definitely not my Luigi Brothership. I mean, yeah, it did give me the little struggle there, but I didn't lose a single inch of that battle that time. Well, maybe in the beginning of it I did, but that's not so bad. Not as bad as Xenoblade Chronicles X or even Xeno Saga ones.
Yeah, those from what Ethan. I was there for Xenoblade Chronicles X. Oh, trust me, Ethan struggled badly. And if the new story of Xenoblade Chronicles X makes Ethan buy the game, you guys might hear that again.
Xenoblade Chronicles X. Yeah, I remember that moment. It was a tricky one. I know either that it was tough, or I didn't level up enough to actually beat it. So it could be either one.
Yeah, agreed. If Ethan didn't level up enough, then okay, that's kind of on him. But grinds are grinds. But if Ethan clearly did struggle that time, woo boy, Xenoblade Chronicles X bosses on a whole other level with that one.
But yes, Xenoblade Chronicles X is actually gonna be coming to Nintendo Switch on March next year. So, well, I'll be happy for the fans out there that wanted it ported from the Wii U, of course. But coming from me, I mean, I like some parts about the game is with the skells in there. That's the one of those things I like about it. But the rest of it, including the story wise, it's okay in my opinion. I mean, I don't hate it obviously. I just think it's not the best, to put it simple.
Fair enough, fair enough. Alright, buddy. Now, here's a question. What's the easiest boss that you faced in an RPG?
Ooh. Well, I'll give you pretty much a few to my knowledge. Of course, I gotta get onto this app here that shows me what games that I beat back then, so I have a good memory there and there. So it has to relate to RPGs. So I would need a bit of a second to look over what games that I beat, of course.
Indeed.
Okay, I remember playing Project X Zone. I mean, it's hard to remember if it was easy or hard at that time. It was been ages I played that game. Let's see, what other games that I have here? Obviously, Persona 5 was a bit tricky myself. Forget Chronicles, obviously it was tricky. Jeez, that final boss was, my god, crazy one. Let's see. I'm just thinking of other RPGs out there, or like, are the easiest to hardest. Because there's so many other games out there I don't already beat, of course. Super Chronicles 2. Well, I do remember that between Super Chronicles 1 and 2, 2 is one of the easiest out of the ones I've played to my knowledge. First one was a bit tricky. I remember playing the Wii before it was ported to the Switch.
Well, which one? Sorry, I got distracted there for a second, buddy. Which one did you say it was?
Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was a bit easiest out of the Xenoblade Chronicles bosses I faced. And the first one I remember wasn't tricky. It was a bit tricky one on the Wii, but I'll say isn't as hard. Is like a bit harder for Xenoblade Chronicles game. Second one. It's not that hard compared to the original. I know those people out there see what they're gonna say about that, but it's a bit easy to my knowledge. But
fair enough, buddy. Fair enough. Okay, what do you think is which one do you think was the hardest one for you to grind in?
Whew. Tons and tons of the games I know, but well, I would say the hardest to grind, to my knowledge, let's see, what would that be? I would probably say Persona 5 isn't that tricky, so I would say that one. Let's see. To my knowledge, Xenoblade Chronicles isn't that hard, obviously, to grind, except for that second one, Xenoblade Chronicles Second. Don't get me started on what you gotta do to advance the story. Don't get me started on that one, guys.
Yeah, it even sounds better still.
Yup. Okay, so it's safe to say the hardest one would be hard to grind. If I can recall, I would say all the Xeno Saga ones.
Dang. Really?
Yes, Xeno Saga, if I remember right, I wouldn't even know what to expect in the final boss of levels it is, and I'll say the bosses can be trickier in those previous Xenosaga games. Well, second one, Al is kind of a little, I don't know how to explain this without criticizing it. I'll say the art style of the game just looks downgraded. Let's put it that way. It's just downgraded.
Fair enough, buddy. Fair enough. All right, then. What was the easiest game to grind in RPG wise?
Okay, so there's like other games I know are easiest. Well, I gotta say the easiest to grind will have to be the ones are. Well, there is this one game I have in mind that got a lot easier for me. For terms of completing the trophies easier, had to be the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Yep.
You hear what I said?
Yep.
Human Chronicles. No, not Human Chronicles. Final Fantasy VII remake had to be the easiest.
Yes, and that's coming from Ethan of all people. I know some people are gonna be like, "Oh no, it's not." Ethan's faced worse.
Well, I will say, if you're wondering why do I think it's easy, well, that is because of so many guys out there that actually helped me out a bit easier out there, and I will agree that Rebirth is actually more intense than the remake. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, pretty much. But to say it's better than Ethan, but to say it's even hot, but to say that it's harder than even the original, come on, guys. Square Enix was probably just going easy on you on purpose.
Well, even the ones who are trying to get into the Final Fantasy VII universe, yes, and even I did play Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. That was a bit of fun time when I had a PSP, of course. But then now there is a remake for it, and I'll say maybe there will be some people out there who will enjoy those. But coming from somebody who actually played both versions, I would say the music-wise, I sort of enjoyed the original soundtrack over the remake one. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Fair enough, buddy. Fair enough. Now, to be fair, Ethan is picky about some of the Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition soundtracks. Not all of them he hates, just certain ones.
Maybe it's because the soundtrack just doesn't feel like it's like has nostalgia track or something like it just brings me back to what I remember. It feels charming and enjoying at the time. Like now, when I listen to that recent battle thing, I'm like, you serious? That's all I gotta say. I was
exactly.
Like, you serious?
All right, we're in battle now. Here it goes. Woohoo!
Nope.
As you can see, this one is more of an what would you call this again, buddy?
The one that we're looking at right now, right?
Yeah, what would you call this battle system?
I would say it's more of the hack and slash one.
Gotcha. Oh, wait, real time battle. There we go. Sorry, name slipped. But yeah, it's more real time than the turn-based ones. Not that Sword Online can't do turn-based. It's just that almost every single game is kind of like an MMO. Just like Sword Online itself. So yeah, they went for the MMO feel, which is mostly open real-time strategy, right, bud?
Yes.
So yeah, going pretty much for the MMO feel for this title, which honestly is not a bad thing in my opinion.
Yeah, it's kind of like Final Fantasy 14. Now that's MMO.
Indeed. One of these days, we did stream it a while back for my birthday, but maybe now that Ethan has a lot more experience, he should maybe do that when he finally tackles the new DLC for the game.
It will be a while until I'm able to do it again, of
Agreed, buddy. Agreed.
That's a thing.
But yeah. That being said, Ethan is a very, very good RPGist. So if you have any questions, by the way, about any RPGs that we post here on the channel, like you're stuck or something, Ethan will likely be able to answer some of the questions.
Yeah, if there's like any affordable ones, I can pretty much answer to. But then if you're talking about the ones that doesn't hit my radar, like Tales of, I know some games, but not all of them. I like to play more of them to get better knowledge out of it.
Exactly. So if there's any RPGs that you think, like for Fire Emblem, for example, that Ethan I know is an expert in, and some of Final Fantasy Remake or Rebirth, let Ethan know in the comments below, and he'd be more than happy to answer.
Yeah, and I'm sure that Final Fantasy games are pretty much like, it's pretty simple to know about the items you need later.
Indeed. Let's see. Another RPG. Here we go. So, what do you think was the worst RPG you played?
What about what?
The worst RPG you played.
I know there's one particular that I still can get over, that I still remember to this day. It was back in the PS4 era, and well, it is a spin-off from Valkyria Chronicles, obviously.
Oh yeah, Valkyria Revolution. Oh yeah, Ethan was not a fan of that one.
I wasn't a huge fan of that game, man. I will say it definitely doesn't go well with my taste, my mouth on that one.
No freaking kidding. I still have Ethan's old live stream of that, so I will be definitely posting that as a Mainiac throwback, but warning. Ethan gets pretty frustrated with that, and got pretty mad at that one, and Ethan's pretty calm about most RPGs.
But I'll say though, the gameplay mechanics were just like way different than Valkyria Chronicles games.
Yep. Now, without spoiling your best of all time, what do you think is the best RPG that you can talk about?
What I talk about?
Yeah, without spoiling our best of all time.
True there. I would definitely say, to my knowledge, if you want to put it that way, it had to be the one that, well, inspired me the most. I will say, well, either back in between high school or to this day.
I wonder which one that could be. Hint, hint, wink, wink. If some of you know, you know. But can't give any obvious hints. That being said, is there any RPG recently that you think is the best?
Besides, without giving those spoilers, obviously, I would say, to what I remember though, it had to be the one that was back in the PlayStation era, obviously. Well, PS2 or PS1 era. There is some other PS1 era that I wanted to try out so badly. It would have to be the 2 games. Well, this is no spoiler, I promise. So there's this 2 games I want to actually try out and beat. Would have to be Xenogears or Parasite Eve.
Oh yes, that's true. If Square Enix, we also celebrating the 30th anniversary of PlayStation, so we might be seeing a couple more PlayStation classics come our way eventually. Of course, my PlayStation Plus ends this week, hence why I'm doing the second Stream-a-thon. But when I do, and if I do get my PlayStation 5, I'll get that renewed with my Christmas money, so that way we can keep the streams going. And I can keep an eye out for Parasite Eve, because the only why we can't buy the classics individually, $19, for example, for 2 meters, a little out of our budget.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right. Okay, time for our second character. Hold on tight. Oh, that was too easy. Pathetic.
Okay.
I faced harder in my sleep.
No kidding about that.
Hit, hoop, ha. Oh yeah. Hoop, ha, hoop. Hoop, ha. Oh yeah. All right. So, what do you now? Here's a question, buddy. You've have a lot of characters. What is your least favorite RPG character that you've had?
My least favorite. Well, it is hard to say, but I know Persona 1, I know the Final Fantasy ones. Let's see. I gotta look back on some games I know, but I had to try to remember my best to look back on and see which ones, because it's been a while I played a ton of them, so you gotta give me a brief sec on that one.
All right, tell you what, I'll let you think about it before, and when you can talk about it during Tales of Basketball Air tonight. Sound good?
Yeah, that might be good.
All right, sounds good to me. Well, in that case, what is your favorite RPG character? Again, without spoiling our best of all time.
Right. I will say though that there are a couple of my favorites, obviously, but I would say it is a close race to the best of all time. But I would probably say the ones that they inspire me the most to like the best will probably be the ones that it did inspire me to cosplay later in the future, obviously.
Interesting hint.
Yeah.
But yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Now, here's a question: which RPG do you think could have? Do you think you want to see remade in the future? Like any RPG that you play.
The games that I would like to see remade.
Hey, I mean, I'm pretty sure at this point, Exo Saga has to come. Come on, Bandai Namco. You can't be that tone deaf.
I know that one, and maybe there is this one particular one that I would like to see remade at some point that hasn't done yet. Would have to be probably Steel Saga for sure. Or not Steel Saga. Xenogears, I mean.
Indeed.
It's kind of like how they did with Super Mario RPG.
I see. Interesting. Well, I definitely think that's a good choice. Okay. Okay, so command mode allows you to order your combat to act strategically, aka Ethan's specialty. By choosing the command palette in advance, you can choose which actions your allies will take. It can't be used repeatedly, but it's a powerful mode, so use it to your advantage.
Indeed.
Oh, hey, Jart!
Hey, how you doing, man?
Yeah, we're starting off the morning with our second Stream-a-thon. It's RPG Day, aka Ethan's favorite day of the year. So yeah, Ethan's gonna be joining us for a couple of RPG streams today.
Indeed.
Which honestly is kind of nice because really, Ethan hasn't been able to play RPGs lately. I mean, yes, he played Super Mario. He's played a couple of Mario RPGs, Super Mario 1000-Year-Old Door, Super Mario RPG Remake, and of course Mario Luigi Battleship. But can we really count those Mario RPGs? Those are technically very easy.
Oh, and don't forget, if I was in a remake, I was able to beat that one during my kinds of journey.
Oh, that's true as well. That one as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that being said, that being said, yeah, basically, I figured I'd dedicate a whole day to Ethan's favorite genre, only because, well, he is our RPGist on the team. One of my favorite.
And I'm sure there's people out there who would enjoy RPGs as well.
Indeed. And we're actually going to be tackling the new one later today, Dragonstar. This is my first time ever playing that RPG, so we're going to be tackling a completely new one to the channel that we've never played before, not even from a series that I'm aware of.
Oh, that's for sure. Either me, though. Because I think that one might be underrated.
Yep. All the others, Ethan and I have at least heard of or have played somewhat in the past.
Right.
Alright, let's take care of these dust bats.
Indeed.
Alright, time to blow you away. Get it? Blow away?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really good to be able to finally stream with the camera now. Now, I gotta admit that was probably the best thing I could get for us, because, for those who don't know, we used to really, and the camera's actually improved. So, buddy, why don't you tell them how the camera was before, back in our old PlayStation 4 days when we were streaming?
Well, obviously, I would say, to my knowledge, is that the PS camera would have to be a little bit of right angle one, or something like that, and I'll say, the camera-wise, it was a bit blurry, and also, I remember the time there was some hub that looks different than it is now, that you can see the chat on the right side and all, but this here seems to be a lot of improvement here.
Agreed. Now we can actually see the gameplay on full screen, and the camera's on the side. This is very similar to some of the setups I've seen in the past on YouTube. So it looks like Sony not only took feedback, but they also improved the UI based off of what people knew, based off of what they saw people do in the modern day for YouTube, which is honestly a big improvement. Also, as Ethan said, the camera used to be in this tiny little corner right over here. So me and Ethan have to scrunch in to even see, for you to even see both of us. With this camera we have here, Ethan and I don't have to do that any longer. We can just both sit right next to each other, and we can simply stream for you. Easy as pie.
Exactly.
Exactly. Compared to back then when we had to scrunch, I gotta say, Sony, you will give Sony credit there. They improved the situation. We'll say though, the price for this camera, a ripoff.
No kidding.
Buddy, tell them how much the PlayStation camera costs.
Well, if I just look that up, because then again, it was a while back, so you gotta give me a brief set, because it's hard for me to remember everything, of course.
No, that's fair, buddy. Buddy? Alright, I think I'll take care of this next one, and I'll stop the stream. So, yeah. But before, I'll let Ethan look up that PlayStation camera first so we can tell you how much it costs.
It is on Amazon, did say it is around $67, if that's the price on Amazon, but
yes.
PlayStation website.
Yep. I would definitely look at the PlayStation website first.
I'm gonna do.
Now, just for reference, I do remember this. The PlayStation camera back in the day when we got it for the PlayStation 4, it was $40.
Jeez. And I'll say though, I would never say, what I also remember too, this also works with the PSVR as well. The first version of it, not the second version.
Correct, buddy. That camera does work with the PlayStation VR. So if you are looking to pick up the PlayStation camera anyways, you're already halfway there for the original PlayStation VR headset.
Yeah, I didn't say PlayStation VR does require a camera to my knowledge, right?
Select the Mundo.
So it is improvement, it sounds like.
But yeah, how much does the PlayStation 5 camera cost?
If I look at the official site. I'm looking into it right now. Okay, we that one. Okay, so it's not that one. Let me type up PlayStation camera.
It would be the PS HD camera.
Okay, HD. Okay. At least now it works a lot better than for PS5. So I mean, yeah, there. Okay, there it is. It said here it costs around $60.
Yes, you heard Ethan. It costs a full game. Well, nowadays full game to buy a PlayStation camera. Ridiculous.
It is.
Come on, like, listen. Yeah, I get it, Sony. Sony, you have a little desperate for cash, but come on, guys, a full game? That's a little much.
No kidding.
Hey, listen. Yes, you heard me, Jart. 60 straight dollars. And for reference point, if you stream directly for Xbox to Twitch, you can use any camera so long as it connects. It's a USB camera on Xbox.
Yep.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself there, Sony. Only I got this PlayStation camera for $10 cheaper, so I only had to pay $50. But still ridiculous.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But yeah, but like I said, that's not the only big thing we have planned for PlayStation 5 in the future. If I do get my PlayStation 5 for Christmas, I will be doing a lot more PlayStation coverage. And on top of that, like I said, we have something planned for next year too.
That's for sure.
But we have to experiment around with it first, because first of all, we need to, make sure it's gonna work and all that, and then we gotta do recording, and then we gotta test it, all that kind of thing. So it's gonna be a while first, but I promise you guys will enjoy this content. It's something that's not many people I see cover on YouTube in general, really.
Well, that's for sure.
But yeah, all right, guys, we're gonna stop here for now. I'm gonna take a 30-minute break. But yeah, all right, guys. Ethan N is gonna go, but he will be back later on today for Tales of Vesperia. We'll still do a couple streams in between, like I said, but Ethan's got to do some personal stuff first. And he'll be back later on tonight for Tales of Vesperia, and then also he will be there for what is the game?
Resonance of Fate.
Resonance of Fate, yes. And this will be our first experience together. So you'll definitely want to tune in for that.
I mean, I did play it a bit, but I just wouldn't remember as well just because it was back then.
Very true. All right, guys. That's all for now. This is yours truly, Music Clues. Oh, well, hold on a second. Let me just get past this part.
Yep.
Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, returning to the title screen. All right, there we go. Well, that's all for now, guys. This is yours truly, Music Blues, alongside Ethan N. Signing out, and we'll see you guys later on for the next stream. And Ethan N, we'll see you tonight for Tales of Aspalea.
Indeed.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye.